Hi, it's day 23 of the video challenge. This video challenge is about me posting a video online every day for 90 days. As I say, this is day 23. And I thought a bit about what I could talk about today, and one of the things that's come to mind repeatedly over the last few days is a quick chat about what NLP is. I'm often asked what it is, and to be honest, it's not the easiest thing to explain. One of the things about NLP is that people learn through the experience of it. It's a bit like riding a bike. When we go to ride a bike, you can tell someone about riding a bike, and you do this and you do that and all the rest of it. But actually, they're really getting how you learn a bike is about getting on the bike and riding the bike until you can. And NLP can be a bit like that. So I'm going to do my best to have a quick run around about what NLP is. A bit ambitious in a few minutes, but I'll give it a go. Okay. So there's lots of different descriptions of NLP. One is about the essence of excellence. It's about modelling excellence. It's investigating the patterns that people have in their thinking and their behaviour that allows them to excel in certain ways, whether it's sports people, whether it's business people. It could be excelling in relationships. It could be excelling in healthy eating and activity patterns. It could be excelling in any kind of way. NLP is interested in how people do that. One of the definitions is a bit academic or conceptual, but it is that NLP is the study of the structure of subjective experience. The study of the structure of subjective experience. It's a bit of a mouthful. If we break it down, obviously the study is straightforward enough. And subjective experience kind of makes sense. You know, it's our individual experience. We can both watch the same tennis match or football match or anything and have a slightly different experience. You know, if I happen to support Andy and someone else happens to support Novak, then actually we can watch the same match but have very different experiences. That's our subjective experience. And NLP is the study of the structure of that subjective experience. So what does that mean? Well, what it kind of means is if we're both watching the same tennis match, did I say football before? Oh, who knows? Anyway, watching the same tennis match. In some ways our experience is very different, but actually the structure of our experience might be very similar. So for instance, when our guy wins a point, we might be really excited. When our guy loses a point, we might be slightly downhearted, and vice versa. And when if our guy wins a match, we might be very happy. If our guy loses the match, we might not be quite so happy. So that's our individual experience, and yet what's shared is the structure of that experience. So regardless of who you're supporting, when your guy wins a point, maybe you feel quite good, and when your guy loses a point, perhaps you feel slightly disappointed. When your guy wins a match, you're happy, and when your guy loses a match, you're not so happy. So that's a bit more of the structure of the experience. And so how does that translate into the real world? Well, for instance, people are often suggested that when you're building relationships with people, it's great to build rapport. Well, what does that mean? People say, it's great to build rapport in relationships. Well, that's the what that you're being told to do or suggested to do. How do you do that? What is the structure of building rapport? That's what NLP is interested in. NLP is interested in the how do you do that? And so in order to be able to work out the how do you do that, what NLP tends to focus on is patterns in thinking and behaviour that lead to particular outcomes. And where those patterns are shared, then we can begin to have some confidence that actually that structure will get a result that we want. So for instance, say someone's starting a small business and they've never started a small business before. A really useful thing to do is to study the structure of people who've been very successful in building small businesses. How did they do it? How do they do it? And from working out the structure, rather than the individual experiences, you can often accelerate your learning and create more of the results you want more often than you otherwise might. So that's kind of what NLP is about. It's used in sport, it's used in sales, it's used in relationship building, it's used in just about every area you can think of these days. And so I don't know if that made sense. I hope it did. If you've got any questions, I'd be delighted to hear them, and any feedback. And that's me for this evening. I wish you a lovely evening, and I'll talk to you tomorrow. Bye for now. Bye.